everybody has their touchdown dance. Because I scored the touchdown. You know what that says about us? What do you mean you scored the touchdown? And the quarterback wouldn't have thrown? And the linebackers wouldn't have blocked? If there's one game that's a team game, it's football. So was tanzt as they feel? These are all anecdotes. But the sum total of all these anecdotes say that this is a society that is so incredibly wrapped up in self. And don't kid ourselves. We're very mushba by society. As much as we like to say we're not influenced by society, but we're very influenced by society. And when the dagesh is on me, myself, and I, it rubs off on us. And that's not why we're here. You know, in the Hakdama to the Nefesh HaChaim, Rabbi Yissocher Frand writes, you want to know the purpose of man in 25 words or less? Shezeh kol ha'adam loy la'atzmei hu nivra ela lahayal la'achrini zeh kol ha'adam. This is the ganze tachlis of mankind. Loy la'atzmei hu nivra. He wasn't created for himself. Ela lahayal la'achrini. To do for others. And that is why it's so important to hear Megillas Rus before Shavuos, to fortify ourselves against the zeitgeist of our times. To be Mekabel the Torah, we have to learn the lesson of Chesed. And who do we learn it from? We learn it from a non-Jewish woman who gave up everything. She was Bitei Shel Egloin Melech Moav. She gave up royalty. She was a princess. She gave up riches. She gave up security. She gave up status. She gave up everything for a poor almana. That's a Meshunadik thing. And that's what we have to hear before the Yontav of Kabbalah HaTorah. Because Torah has to be Torah's Chesed al L'Shaina. You know, we're all used to going to kinusim and meetings and shmuzin and hearing how we're lacking as a people. But when it comes to Chesed, I think that we don't have to be embarrassed. Because Nahara, we live in a door of Goyim Lechasadim. This is not our problem. You know, in fact, Chazal predicted this. Chazal told us about this. My Rosh Yeshiva, and I'm sure Reb Shmuel can verify this. My Rosh Yeshiva used to say over a word from Reb Elchanan. The Gemara says in Masechta Psachim, Ve'eschel l'goy gadol zeh shoymim elokei Avraham va'avarechacha zeh shoymim elokei Yitzchak v'agat l'shemecha zeh sheyeh shoymim elokei Yaakov elokei Avraham elokei Yitzchak elokei Yaakov. Zok the Gemara Yachol yu chais b'kulan. I would think that the bracha should end Baruch Ata Hashem Mogein Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov. Zok the Gemara Talmud Loimar ve'yeh bracha b'cha chaismin. Only with Avram. Rabbi Chanan used to say that the b'cha chaismin, the chasimas adairis, at the end of time, the ikvisit and Mashiach, Torah won't be what it once was or what it should be. Avodah Tefillah is certainly not what it was and what it could be, should be. But b'cha chaismin. Your door, the last door, our door. B'cha chaismin, it'll be with the midah of Avraham Avinu. It'll be with the midas achesed of Avraham Avinu. You know, you go to any community, and the type and the the ingenuity of the Torah's Meises HaChesed in communities is breathtaking. Breathtaking. And Far Rockaway and the 5 towns are no exception. And this Meiser Achiezer, this is the equivalent of one-stop shopping. It's a supermarket of chesed, you know. You don't want to go to schlep to 5 stores. You want to get your meat, your fish, your groceries, your vegetables, all in one place. Achiezer, for a fledgling, very young organization, is an organization that takes care of psychological needs, physiological needs, medical needs, educational needs, financial needs, spiritual needs. Mit ein Schuss. With one check. You can help people's gesund, you can help them with their children, you can help them with their chinuch, you can help them with everything. And it's actually a Meiser that replicates the type of chesed that Rus practiced. Naomi tells Rus about the chesed she did in Machayim Vim HaMesim. Baruch Ber sent me several letters. I'm just going to read synopsis of 2 letters about Im HaChayim Vim HaMesim. These are letters that address to Baruch. We were scared and, more importantly, totally lost as to which direction to go in. Then Hashem sent us to you, and you dealt with us in a way that gave us a calming feeling of assurance. You led us to Dr. So-and-so, who is the perfect shliach for Yochevet's surgery. Im HaChayim. And the other letter, which is chilling. Thank you for coming to our house that morning, making sure that blank was treated with the utmost of kavod. We thank you for dealing with the detectives and getting in touch with the medical examiner and doing everything in your power to make sure that he didn't get an autopsy. Im HaChayim V'im HaMesim. That's the purpose of this Meiser. Lo la'atzmahu nivra, elo l'hoyo la'achrini. I would not be fulfilling my professional title as a darshan if I would not say something about the parsha. So let me just end with one machshava on Parshas Nosei that I think is appropriate. There's a pasuk that's a difficult pasuk that's simply the pshutei shel mikra. Speaking about matnas kahuna. V'ish es kadoshav lo yiyeh. Ish asher yitein lakayhen lo yiyeh. Lo with a vav. The person that gives to the kayin, lo yiyeh, it'll be to him. What does that pasuk mean? V'ish es kadoshav lo yiyeh. You give to the kayin, it's yours? So Rashi says that the pasuk is referring and saying it's talking about Taivas Hana. Yes, I give to the Kayin, but I have the Taivas Hana. It's my schus to be able to which Kayin I give. But Al Pi Drush, I think the pasuk is telling us something else. 1924, Ramesh Mordechai Epstein, Slabodka Rosh Yeshiva, my Rosh Yeshiva's Rosh Yeshiva, came to America to collect money. He got a telegram from the Alter. The Russian government, the Lithuanian government was doing things that would force the yeshiva to close. So the Alter decided to move the yeshiva to Eretz Yisrael. Became the Chevron Yeshiva. But he needed $25,000. So Moshe Mordechai went to a Yid. His name was Mr. Schiff. He was a Gvir Adir. And Mr. Schiff gave Moshe Mordechai $25,000 to start that which was to become the Chevron Yeshiva. In the 1930s, Ramesh Mordechai was too old. The Alter was already in Eretz Yisrael. Ramesh Mordechai was too old to come to America, so he sent Reb Chatzkel Sarna. So he had a parley meeting on behalf of the Slobodka Yeshiva. Between 1924 and the early 1930s, we all know what happened. The Great Depression. Mr. Schiff lost all of his money. All of his money. Ad kedei kach that in an apartment building that he owned, he was now living in the furnace room down below because he had lost the building, he lost all his money. He was living in the basement. This Mr. Schiff, who had given $25,000, which in those days was a mayontik, was a fortune. He came to this parlor meeting and he got up and he said, my entire fortune, I have nothing left of my fortune. The only thing I have left is the schus of the $25,000 that I gave to the Slobodka Yeshiva. So when Reb Chatzkel Sarna saw what happened to Mr. Schiff, he sent a telegram to Ramesh Mordechai and he says maybe the yeshiva can do something for him. So he got a telegram back and the yeshiva says, we will give Mr. Schiff $5,000. I will lend him $5,000 so he can get back on his feet. So Mr. Schiff heard that. He said, the only thing I have left is the schus of the $25,000, and now you want to take it away from me? I'm not going to hear of it. Because that's the only thing that I have left. History repeats itself. I know someone who told me that he lost his entire retirement account, not his entire fortune, his entire retirement account with Bernie Madoff. He says, but do you know what I have from Bernie Madoff's money? Because I thought I had that money, I gave thousands of dollars to tzedakah. So the only thing I have left from the Madoff money is the tzedakah that I gave. V'ish es kadoshav lo yiyah. The money that we give for tzedakah, that's ours. That's what we'll take with us. The Veltzach, you can't take it with you. You can't take it with you. But the Swissim, you can. And if you're looking to, as I say, one-stop shopping, Torah, refuah, gesund, psychological, physical, emotional, Achiezer is your address.